Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Today we have another lesson in Mega Goal 6. In the previous lesson, we started with talking about the title of this unit, Against the Odds, and we said that the word or the expression against the odds means when things happen in a way that wasn't expected. In the previous lesson, we had a grammar lesson on page 28. This grammar lesson was divided into two parts. In the first part, we talked about such that and so that. We talked about each one of them, and we had some forms where we use so that or such that in each one of them. In the first one, we talked about such and that, and we said that we use such when it is followed by an adjective, then a noun, and after that comes the word that. For example, we have here, it was such, then we have an adjective, strange experience. To see my old friend again, that I was speechless. Jake is such a determined person. Determined is adjective and person is noun. So when we have an adjective that is followed by a noun, then that we use the word such. Such a pleasant night, such a nice person, and so on. After that, we have three more forms where we use so when it is followed by an adjective or adverb, or when it's followed by many or few, then a plural count noun, or when it's followed by much or little, then non-count noun. After that, we had some exercises regarding the first part of the lesson, and the answers of the first exercise are as shown here on this slide. After that, we went to the second exercise, B, where we were asked to match the two columns, the one on the left with the other halves on the right, and you were asked to rewrite the sentences by using so that or such that, and the answers of these sentences are as shown here in this slide. Then we moved to the second part of our lesson, which is reducing adverb clauses. We talked about the adverb clause, and we said that the adverb clause usually starts with words like while, after, before, when, if. All these words are examples of how the adverb clause starts. The adverb clause could be at the beginning of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence. For example, we have here after we met online. Now we have the adverb clause in the beginning, and now here we have while I was calling. The adverb clause came in the middle. How do we reduce the adverb clause? When we have two subjects that were used in both parts of the sentence, we reduce the subject in the adverb clause by taking it out and adding an ing to the verb. For example, we have here after we met online, we discovered that we live in the same town. We have here we, and we have in the second part another we. So we took out the first one and we added ing to the word met. So the sentence becomes like, after meeting online, we discovered that we live in the same town. The second example is, I ran into him on the street while I was calling him on my cell phone. We turned the sentence, or we reduced the adverb clause, and the sentence has become, I ran into him on the street while calling him on my cell phone. After that, we had an exercise regarding this grammatical rule, and we did the first example together, and then you were asked to complete the rest of the sentences, and the answers of these sentences are as shown here on these slides. So these are the answers of number 3, 4, 5, and then they will be followed by the answers of 6 and 7. Today, on page 24, we have a conversation lesson. On page 24, we have a conversation lesson. What is the meaning of conversation? Conversation, when two people or more are talking to each other, discussing something, sharing their opinions or ideas about something, this is called conversation. The word conversation is noun. The verb of this word is converse or conversing. You can say Muhammad and Fahad are conversing about so and so. Okay? So we are having a conversation lesson today. In our lesson today, we have a conversation between Ahmed and Fahad. Now I want you to pick up your pen, open your book on page 24. Listen carefully to this conversation between the two friends and underline the new words, the expressions that you are not familiar with, anything that you don't know, what does it mean, so we can explain and discuss after listening to the conversation in the second time. Now we will listen to this conversation. I want you to pay attention to the words written or highlighted in blue, like freaking me out, iffy, on cloud 9, break, and so on. So these words, I want you to listen carefully to them and try to guess their meanings from within the context. Some of these expressions may be new for you. You are running to them for the first time. So I want you to try to guess their meanings from within the context. Now we will go ahead and listen to the conversation for the first time. Then we will move on with the next part of our lesson today.
Page 24. 4. Conversation.
Fahd? Fahd?
Yes? Hey, aren't you...
Ahmed, Abdullah's brother. From Jeddah, from back home.
I knew you looked familiar, but I couldn't place your face. What are you doing here?
I'm going to school here.
No way. That's incredible. Abdullah never mentioned that you were going to college in Beirut.
I didn't know either until a couple of months ago. I applied, but I was put on the waiting list. It was looking iffy there for a while, but I got a break in July. A space opened up. I was so happy that I was on cloud 9 for weeks.
I can't get over this. What are the chances? I hope we'll see each other around campus. Though I don't know if we'll run into each other that often. I'll be spending most of my time on the North Campus. That's where most of my classes will be.
Why? What are you studying?
Pre-law.
No way. I'm studying pre-law too.
Okay, now you're freaking me out.
This is amazing. What dorm are you in? Wait, don't tell me. I bet you're in Fares Hall.
No, Habib Hall.
Whew, I'm almost glad. I don't think I could have handled another coincidence.
Okay, now we have listened to the conversation between Ahmed and Fahad for the first time. Now we will try to go through this conversation and talk a little bit about the new expressions or some of the expressions that you may not be familiar with. We will talk about their meanings. We will try to explain them so you could understand them. We will start with the third line. I couldn't place your face. I couldn't place your face. We know that the word place means a location, somewhere, okay? But in this expression, I couldn't place your face, the word place has a different meaning. I couldn't place your face means I couldn't recognize your face. I couldn't remember who you are. So this is the meaning of I couldn't place your face. After that, here we have Abdullah never mentioned that you were going to Beirut and so on. The word mentioned, when someone tell you something, that means he mentioned that thing for you. Mentions something, that means talking about something or telling people about that thing. Okay? Then we have couple of months ago. Couple of months ago. The word couple of months or couple of days could be used in more than way. It could mean 2 days, and it also means few days or few months. For example, he said that I didn't know either until a couple of months ago. It means few months ago. After that, we have the word or the phrase, I can't get over this. I can't get over this. When you can't get over something, that means you can't take it out of your mind. You can't forget about it. It's always in your mind. Okay, so when you can't get over something, that means it is always in your mind. It is something that you are thinking about. Now we have some questions about the conversation. Number 1, how do Ahmed and Fahad know each other? Number 2, what unexpected coincidences are revealed during their conversation? Number 3, how does Fahad feel about the coincidences? Okay, now we will go back and listen to the conversation one more time so we can answer these questions correctly. Okay? And after we listen to this conversation one more time and answer the questions, we will talk about the meanings of the words or the highlighted words or the words written below. Okay? So now we will listen so we can be able to answer these 3 questions.
Page 24. 4. Conversation.
Fahd? Fahd?
Yes? Hey, aren't you...
Ahmed, Abdullah's brother. From Jeddah, from back home.
I knew you looked familiar, but I couldn't place your face. What are you doing here?
I'm going to school here.
No way. That's incredible. Abdullah never mentioned that you were going to college in Beirut.
I didn't know either until a couple of months ago. I applied, but I was put on the waiting list. It was looking iffy there for a while, but I got a break in July. A space opened up. I was so happy that I was on cloud 9 for weeks.
I can't get over this. What are the chances? I hope we'll see each other around campus. Though I don't know if we'll run into each other that often. I'll be spending most of my time on the North Campus. That's where most of my classes will be.
Why? What are you studying?
Pre-law.
No way. I'm studying pre-law too.
Okay, now you're freaking me out.
This is amazing. What dorm are you in? Wait, don't tell me. I bet you're in Fares Hall.
No, Habib Hall.
Whew, I'm almost glad. I don't think I could have handled another coincidence.
Okay, now we listened to the conversation again. Then we have the first question. We will do the first question together. And we should put in mind that the answers of these questions vary from one person to another. There is no one right answer. The answers may vary, so we have some suggested answers, but feel free to write your own answers or use your own style for writing these answers. Number 1, how do Ahmed and Fahad know each other? Let's go back to the conversation. Okay, first thing, he said Abdullah's brother. This is the first connection between them. And the second thing is from Jeddah. So he is Abdullah's brother and they are both from Jeddah. So they live in the same city. So what is the answer for the first one? Is they are both from Jeddah. Fahad is friends with Ahmad's brother. Number 2, what unexpected coincidences are revealed during their conversation? Yes, what do you think are the unexpected coincidences? They are both from Jeddah, and where did they meet? Yes, they met each other in Beirut, and they both were studying pre-law. So they are both studying pre-law at the same college in Beirut. Number 3, how does Fahad feel about the coincidences? He said that I can't get over this. What does that mean? It means that he feels shocked about the coincidences. Now we have in real talk part, this part is where we talk about the highlighted words or highlighted phrases sometimes. We have 4 words and phrases or expressions. The first one is iffy. It means uncertain thing. If you are uncertain about something, or if you are in an iffy situation, that means you don't know which way you are going to take, or so. Number 2, break. He said that I found a break last month or so. So a break means an opportunity, a significant opportunity. Number 3, on cloud 9, extremely happy. Extremely happy. The last one, freak someone out, freak me out, freak him or freak her out, means to shock or disorient someone. Now we will go to the last part of our lesson today, which is expressing surprise. In the previous conversation between Ahmed and Fahad, they were surprised because they met each other in Beirut and they were both living in Jeddah. So it was a coincidence. They were surprised. There are many ways to show how surprised you are about something. If you are in a surprising situation, you can show or express how surprised you are by using some expressions. Today we have 8 expressions. There is no right or wrong one, or there is no one choice is that you should take. Feel free to choose any of them. They are all correct, and choose whatever you think is suitable for you. The first one is how about that? Number 2, I can't believe this. Number 3, I can't get over this. Number 4, I'm speechless. I'm speechless means, speechless is when you are unable to utter, unable to express yourself, unable to say anything. You are speechless. Number 5, no way, or that's incredible or amazing. This is hard to believe. And what are the chances? All these expressions are ways to express how surprised you are when you put in a surprising situation. This is the last part of our lesson today. Thank you all for attending, and I wish you enjoy the rest of the day. Assalamu alaikum.